All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super blessed. I was supposed to go live with Toros Crypto today. Shout out to Luke. But he stood me up. He left me there at the restaurant, guys. All alone. We'll have to do it another time. We will be live soon, guys, talking about this Bitcoin dump aftermath, guys. I lost everything during this dump. I could hardly sleep last night. So now we're going to come together for some solace, consolation, no, consolation. We're going to discuss the current charts, my plans, and all that good stuff, guys. We will be live momentarily. As usual, if we can get the stream up to 1,250 likes, we will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Shout out to Crypto Pump It. Shout out to Kobe 20. Shout out to Cold Heavens Films. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. Shout out to Robert Bonar and Aaron G. Shout out to Beatrice. And Metal Iron Fire. What's going on, y'all?
I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
All right, y'all. We are live on this absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Is it a Tuesday? It's a Tuesday, guys. It's partly cloudy outside. The chickens are pretty thirsty, okay? We need to talk about this Bitcoin price action because I have to say, wow, what a candle on the 4-hour time frame. Sheesh. Sheesh. We need to talk about this, discuss what exactly is happening, right? I'm going to be talking about the current trades that I'm in right now. I'm going to be talking about the plans I have. I'm going to be going over the levels that I'm looking at. So make sure, guys, to FOMO into that like button, because the Jason Casper like button is in a super uptrend. It will never be, let me make this clear, all right? It will never be this low again. So make sure to like the video right now. Okay, so let's talk about basically what has happened here, what is going on, and what can we expect in the future, guys. Shout out to Market Cipher tank tops. You know, got my black coffee going on right here from my Market Cipher pencil neck mug. I love my coffee the way I love my women also, without a mustache, okay? If you ever have a mustache in your coffee, you know you got issues. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the dump. What exactly happened and why did we get such a big dump here? Well, yesterday we came up to a very important area of resistance. It was a very important area of resistance. In fact, if we go to the VIP Discord, we can see that I did give a short setup from this area of resistance right here, where we had basically the monthly open, right? The monthly candle opened right at that level at about 31.7. We also had a naked point of control right here. And it was one of the short setups that I was looking for to potentially come down pretty low, actually, like much lower than we are right now. And, you know, basically, long story short, I shorted here yesterday. I shorted twice because we didn't come up to the level I wanted. And, you know, right now we are finding some support at an important area, and we're going to talk about that right now. The reason why we had such a huge dump is because of this. And this is something that I always need to remind myself of, because I always forget, right? I always forget how powerful this signal can be. But when we come up to a key area of resistance, and Market Cipher B is giving us something like this. So this was our area of resistance right here. Market Cipher B was giving us this. This never fails to be a major, major Bart Simpson pattern signal. When we get the money flow and the momentum waves coming down on Market Cipher B like this, while the price is also putting in a higher high, this never seems to fail being a top signal, right? We can go back to the other short that we took over here last week, right? And we see the same exact thing. And this was a very clear signal. The one from yesterday was not as clear, but we see momentum and money flow coming down. This is the 24-minute time frame. 24-minute time frame, that's no joke. As that price is putting in a higher high, that is absolutely a very bearish sign, and it leads to a major move to the downside. Now, another reason why we had such a fast move to the downside yesterday is because of the fact that we had many, many rows of single prints all the way up. And this move up happened over the weekend on very low volume, right? If we come over to a TPO chart right here, we can see that along the way up, we did have many, many rows of single prints here. And those single prints tend to get filled when price enters into them. It's a fast move up. It's going to be a very fast move down. We can also see a few interesting things right here, which is we formed many single prints on the way down. And we're going to talk about whether I think we're going to get a move up today or a move down. If we take a look at a volume profile chart, right, we can also see that over the weekend, we did not have very much volume Saturday and Sunday. And you know, I would say it's clear here also that most of the volume on this move up, right, there was not much volume at all on most of this move up until we got to around 31.2. And so most of the volume was up here. We came and we hit this naked point of control, and then it was just a cascading effect down with all those single prints being filled. And man, that happened so dang fast, guys. That happened so dang fast. And I was long yesterday, and I was long from down here, right? Because that was a trade setup that we did give in the VIP Discord, the long trade, the chickens drinking water potential trade from this level right here. We wanted to come down below this previous low with bullish divergences and get a move to the upside, and that's pretty much exactly what we did get. We got our bounce, and this was on Friday, right? We got our bounce on Friday, and after we got the bounce, right, I said, look, we have bullish CVD, we have a 1 hour bullish divergence on market Cipher B. Let's see if we can get a little more. I held the trade over the weekend, and we just pumped like crazy, guys. We pumped like crazy over the weekend. So right now we are getting a little bit of a bounce right here, and I want to take a look at that because it's important for what can happen for the rest of the day. So right here, we come over and put on a little thing right here, right? And we'll make this a little bit lighter so that we can all see exactly what's happening, right? This line right here, this was an area where I was looking to take a long. In fact, last night, the last thing I posted after I finished my live stream last night, I posted this, which was, look, I'm looking out for this potential chickens drinking water, right? I'm looking out for this potential chickens drinking water here where we take out that low that we put in on Friday and just basically stop out everybody who longed this whole move up, give back everything that we had over the weekend, and then get a move from there with some bullish divergences. All right, so we did get that chickens drinking water. We can see right here. We did have some bullish divergences here. This is the 1 hour time frame with bullish divergence forming. And it's pretty funny how puny this little bounce looks compared to these purple candles, guys. It's pretty crazy. By the way, if you do want to join the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We do have a great community of traders there, and it's all about education, guys. It's not a signals group, but we do give trade setups and the confirmations that we're looking for. But you can see we have gotten a little bounce from that chickens drinking water area, so I did take that long as well. You can see right now I have the long and the short open at the same time. And, you know, I am not, because we've had such a fast move down, I'm very, very curious to see what's going to happen in 15 minutes when New York opens. Because I think we may get a move to the upside. We may get a move to the downside. I don't know. That's why I'm in a schlong, guys. A schlong is basically when you are short and long at the same time. But if we come back here and we take a look at the 1 hour time frame, or even the 24-minute time frame, but even so the 1 hour time frame here, we can see that as we did take out this previous low right here, right? We took it out, came a little bit lower. We absolutely did get bullish divergences on market Cipher B on the 1 hour time frame, and we could even take it from back here, but we just see this clear direction right here. And so that is why we got a little bit of a bounce right here. Now, we also have to understand this within the context of a larger trading range, which is very important. Because although we did get a little chickens drinking water right here, and although this technically is a level of support at about 29.3, this definitely is a level of support. Why is it support? Because, look at this. It was pretty much, if we pull this, whoop, a very high volume node from the time of the 11th of May until about the 28th of May. And then after that, it was support once, twice, and so we can expect support to be acting as support. But, a big old, hairy old, juicy old butt. Let me take a sip of this black coffee. I love it, guys. I love black coffee in the morning, okay? But, as we were saying here, we have to understand this within the context of the larger trading range, which is this, all right? Voop. Now, this is the larger sideways range that we've been in, and basically what this does here is this is defining for us a fair value area for the asset. And it's doing so by showing us where most of the people are interested in trading the asset. So most people, they are interested in trading Bitcoin between the price of 28.6 and 31K, right? 28.6 and 31K. Whenever price comes below that level, it's considered on sale, right? Buy low, just like your grandfather told you to do when you told him that you were getting into trading, right? He told you to buy low. And when it comes above that area, well, that's where we should look to sell because it's overpriced. It's worth too much. We could get a nice juicy profit if we sell the asset above that level. But right here we have this center point. And what this center point will do is it will act as support if we're above it, right? And it will act as resistance if we're below it. Now, right now, we're underneath it. And so that makes me think that we could very well get another move to the downside here. And not only are we underneath it, but if we come to the 12-minute time frame, we can see that we also rejected from it. We came up, wicked into it, and then rejected from it. And so that just kind of shows that there is potential here for more movement to the downside, right? We could see we came below, we got our chickens drinking water, bounced from support, and we hit right into this resistance here. So this is kind of showing me that maybe we're not going to have enough strength to actually get that move to the upside. Additionally, if we take a look at an order flow chart here, and this is a 1 minute, let's go to maybe the 15 minute, right? Let's go to the 15 minute. When we put in our low, right, we put it in at a big decrease in open interest. We haven't seen open interest increase at all this whole time. Also, we don't really see any absorption of shorts here. So far, there's nothing that looks very, very strong at all about this bounce. We had no local bullish divergences, even on market Cipher B. We had no bullish CVD, not even on these low time frames here when we put in a higher low. Not at all, right? And so I'm honestly feeling a little bit more bearish than bullish, but I'm keeping the long open because that's the way I like to trade, because it is for the psychology of it, guys. Right? What if we just start pumping to the moon right here? Instead of now me feeling like I need to FOMO into a trade, I'm just, you know what? I'm already in a long, right? There's no reason to FOMO, guys. The only reason anybody should be FOMOing, all right, and this is a serious topic right here. The only reason any of you should be FOMOing right now is because you are FOMOing into the like button of this video, okay? That's the only reason anybody should be FOMOing right now, into the like button of this video, right? That's some serious business, okay? And so I'm very curious to see what happens when New York opens in a little bit, in about 15 minutes, give or take, 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 give or take. And so we need to be looking for a movement to the downside here. Now, this is an interesting area down here, right? Because we know when we come back down here, the asset is considered oversold. Right, we can get it at a discount. Okay, we can get it at a discount. And let me see something else here. Okay, yeah. So also down here, guys, we do have a nice juicy area of confluence down here, because 2 weeks ago, when we got this move to the upside right here, right into the juicy short, that juicy short, man, and it was an epic one. I mean, it was pretty epic. Right. It was epic, guys. It was epic. Entry was on point. Setup given in advance right here. It was juicy. All right. Shout out to everyone who took that short. I know a lot of you guys took it with me and took it without me too. But down here, we did, if we turn on this indicator here called CME gaps, right? We have this CME gap that we never filled down here. We filled the one from last week, but we never filled this one. And most of the time, these gaps do get filled, guys. Most of the time, these gaps do get filled. What this is the futures Bitcoin market does not trade over the weekend, but Bitcoin, the asset, does trade over the weekend. So if the futures market closes down here on Friday afternoon, and then over the weekend we get a massive pump to the upside, usually it will come back down to fill the gap that's left on the futures chart, because the futures chart, the candles stop right here, like the daily candle closes here, and then the candle doesn't open again until we're way up here, and there's a big gap on the chart, right? We have this big gap, and so those gaps tend to close, right? And we have not closed that gap, so we do have some confluence down in that area to potentially find some support, right? That could be some nice support down in this area, and there's also other areas of confluence here that I'm looking for to get potentially into another long. Now, if we do come down to that area, it could give us a very nice uneven butt cheek pattern locally. Now, there's a difference between bullish divergences and uneven butt cheeks. Uneven butt cheeks are when we have the same momentum wave giving us one kind of thing. So, you know, if for example, we see market cipher B and we come down and we get a red dot here and then we get something like this right here. Voop. Clearly, this looks like uneven butt cheeks. Okay, I mean, you could go and ask any kid in school, what is this a picture of? They would tell you, it's a butt. That's what they would say, right? And they'd be right. They'd be right. And if you were thinking that, well, you were right as well. And so, whoa, hang on, let me remove these articles of drawing here. Sorry, flopping and groping here. Yes, so that is what uneven butt cheeks are, and that could really be nice as we come down to what is clearly an area of support. This area of support down here at this blue line, it's not just a blue line, guys. It is absolutely, if we go to the daily time frame and we pull out our good friend Fibonacci retracement tool from the low that we put in March 2020 to the all-time high, right, of Bitcoin. What do we see about that blue line? It is the macro 618, okay, the macro 618. Our good friend 6Juanita, right? 6Juanita, that girl who always shows up in my life, who rejects me when I ask her out, but then is there for me and offers her shoulder to cry on because I'm in the friend zone. She won't date me, but she'll be my friend. And so she'll reject me, guys. She will always reject me whenever I ask her out. But then she will be there to support me. And shout out, by the way, to in the Discord to Ignite11, who asks, can someone explain what a 6Juanita is? Yes, I can explain what a 6Juanita is. 6Juanita is the 618 fib level, and she is personified by this woman right here, who rejects me every time I ask her out on a date, and I'm just so infatuated with her. She's a foreign exchange student from Guatemala. Her name is 6Juanita, and she's beautiful, and I thought that we had like some chemistry going on, guys. You know, I thought we had some chemistry. Turns out, no. When I asked her out, she rejected me, and I was just stuck there forever with this face of regret and disbelief. How could she reject me? Is it my teeth? Is it my teeth? Are they that crooked? Yeah, they are. All right, what am I going to do about it, guys? What am I going to do? There's nothing I can do, right? I could go to a dentist, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to spend the money on it. And I don't even care anymore, right? I mean, I'm a 30-year-old man. I mean, you know. Okay, that's what a 6Juanita is, guys. So, right. Macro support right here. And if we lose that support, honestly, we have another 6Juanita coming down right here. Okay. Around 27,777. Shout out to James in the chat, by the way, who has been for a very long time saying that that 27777 level is the level that he is in fact looking for. So guys, New York's going to open kind of soon, and I'm curious to see what happens, because there are some actual areas that I am looking to trade right now. I might even compound my short live on the stream depending on what happens here. But this is the overall context, right? This is the overall context of the market. We are simply just trading sideways, and I would go as far as to say that, you know, we could even draw out two lines, one here and one here, and say that until we lose or claim these areas, there's no reason to be overly bearish or bullish. In fact, I even still lean bullish on a medium-term time frame, meaning like for the next, I know this is dumb because the summer is usually a bear market. But I think we can get some kind of relief bounce here. And let me just tell you why I have that feeling. Now, I'm not telling anybody to get into a trade, right? The daily looks like it's about to give us another red dot. But what I am saying is that when we put this low in here, right, we came down to that macro 6Juanita, right? And although she rejected us, she was there to offer her support, right? She was there for us to talk to and vent to. And so not only have we found support at the macro 618, but we're holding that support. And the thing is, we're ranging here. If we break out of this range, look at the daily, look at this area here. We have literally no market structure here, like nothing. We just have a fast move down. What happens when we get smooth moves, guys? Smooth moves, right? Like when you eat a whole big old bowl of oatmeal. Shout out to Boyan, he loves oatmeal. And you put bran flakes in there, right? And maybe some prunes. What happens? It's a very smooth move, guys. And when you have a smooth move to the downside, it can be a very smooth move back to the upside. Just like, you know, smooth going in, smooth going out, guys. You know, just like Taco Bell. Let me tell you. All right, now I don't eat that stuff anymore, but I did. Your boy Jason Casper used to love some Taco Bell. So if we break out of this range, I would expect a relief rally up to about 37.5, where we have this important support resistance flip. And before we get there, we do have to be aware, before we get to 37.5, we have to be aware of our good old friend 6 Juanita, who, by the way, look at this. All right, let's just look at this. 6 Juanita is lining up perfectly with this little wick that we put in here. So there's some confluences, guys. There are some confluences. There are some areas that we need to be aware of. But I am convinced if we can break above this, then we probably will get up here. We'll probably do something like this where, you know, we come, we break out, and then maybe around 6 Juanita, we probably come down a little bit and maybe retest and then come up to here. And then we might even come up a little bit more just to fake everyone out and then poof, get a big move down to some lower important areas of support, right? That's just one scenario that I'm looking at. The reason why I still hold to this potential more bullish scenario in the medium term is because of these higher time frames, like the weekly with a big old BitBoy green dot, right? Yes, we still have 5 days left in the week, so this could change quickly. But, you know, when we get these bottoms on the weekly, it typically gives us a significant move to the upside. Now, money flow is still red. I am waiting for a big reversed uneven butt cheeks. So what I mean is this, right? I don't want to see uneven butt cheeks like this, right? I want to see them like this, flip horizontal, where we see a skinny butt cheek on the left and a big old fat juicy one on the right, right? So something like this, big old deep butt cheek right here, you know, with a big old BitBoy green dot right here, that honestly would signal to me the bottom. And that bottom is still the same targets as I've had for a long time, right? Now look at this. This is a chart that we've had on literally since like November. This chart I have been looking at since November, saying that we had this rising wedge. If we break out, the two major areas of support we're going to find is number one, the macro 6 Juanita. Well, what do you know? Look at that, guys. 6 Juanita coming to the rescue. Coming to the rescue. She is just right there for us, okay? I just want to take this time to thank 6 Juanita for her support and her love, okay? So we're going to take a look at the S&P 500, guys, as well. We're going to take a look at some other things here. But then we have this important area down here between 17 and 20K, which is the next major area I'm looking at. Yes, there are other areas, but those are some major ones, guys. Some major ones, all right? So New York is about to open right now. We have to understand a few things. Numero uno, we want to be looking at the dollar index, because that is basically when we look at the dollar and the S&P 500, they pretty much do the opposite, right? So when this thing opens, whatever the S&P 500 does, Bitcoin tends to follow that, right? And it also tends to do the opposite of the dollar. So let's kind of see here what is going to happen when the New York opens very, very soon. And we've got the dollar right here. And yesterday the dollar was pumping, right? When Bitcoin was dumping. So that's very typical, right? We tend to see the opposite, right? When the dollar dumped like this, Bitcoin got the move up. When the dollar pumped like this, Bitcoin got the move to the downside, okay? So very interesting stuff, guys. So New York's open right now. So let's kind of see what is going to happen here. Let's see. I have a feeling we might get a pump up and then get a rejection. Okay, I have a feeling we might get a pump up and then get a rejection. So, you know, we've got this VWAP right up here, this important area of a VWAP. Let's take a look at order flow and just see what is happening. Like, what are people actually doing right now? What trades are people entering? Right? We are privy to this information right now. So yeah, we do have some longs coming in right here. And interestingly enough, guys, I didn't notice this, but we actually did get some bullish CVD forming when we put in this higher low right here. That was interesting. So let's see what happens now. We actually technically could be putting in more bullish CVD, a little bit potential. It's potential. Yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. Let's see what happens here. If we get a big move to the upside, I would actually expect it to be a fake out. But hey, what do I know, guys? Nothing. I'll tell you, I don't know a single thing. So let's check out our open trades here. Can we get a little bit move to the upside? I actually do want to, you know, if we come in and take this high right here, I mean, we do have a pretty clear resistance flip to support area right here, right? And so it would behoove me to set a take profit at around 29,750 on this long trade. So let's do that, actually. Let's set a little TP on 29,750. But we're actually getting a move down right now, and Bitcoin's getting a red dot on the 12-minute, which I know from my alerts. So, and a 24-minute red dot as well. Wow, would you look at that, guys? Would you even look at that? Phew, it's crazy. Might not get a chance to take profit on the long, right? Might get stopped out at the entry, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. Shout out to Trader's Reality, by the way. He's also live. Man, I wish I could watch him right now, because he would put me at ease. So, okay, so we've got on the long 49,000 contracts on it. So let's take out maybe like, there we go. Let's see if we can hit that take profit right now, guys. Lock in another little juiciness. Let's see what could happen, baby. Come on, Bitcoins. And yeah, so look at this. Wow, very interesting. Very, very, very intriguing what's happening right now. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. We remember, we have that high volume node above us. We have some resistance right above us. This area, 29,700 to, you know, the VWAP is resistance. So let's see if this move can hold. Let's check out what's happening now. What kind of trades are coming in, right? What kind of trades are happening right now? Really, honestly, guys, a lot of shorts closed out, and a lot of longs opening. A lot of shorts closed out. We see a lot of people longing right now. A lot of people longing right now. And this, honestly, as we come up to some of these areas like the VWAP, you know, this really is not usually a great time to long as we come to VWAP, which is also weekly open, which also happens to be some other areas of confluence. But these people longing, they got to be careful, right? You got to be careful longing into areas of resistance. And I'm also going to take a look and see what the Bitcoin USDT pair people are doing, because these guys, they're the real traders here, right? These days, there's more volume for USDT than there is for USD on ByBit now. And so the USDT people are actually shorting more than they are longing. That's interesting. That's interesting. But we can see that this entire move to the upside so far on USDT has happened with an increase in open interest, which shows that people are interested in trading this, right? So that's interesting. Yeah, cool. Yeah, curious to see what's going to happen here. I would like to come up a little bit higher to some of these areas of resistance. We can already see some bearish divergences starting to form here on the 1 minute time frame. And let's go to the 12-minute here. Yeah, we could totally see the potential here for bearish divergences to form. As if we come up above this high right here, we can see that our good friend Dolores at the diner, right, with her uneven butt cheeks could form. But here's the thing, you know, people don't realize this about Dolores, but she is, and some of you guys actually know this about Dolores, but she is a gymnast. So oftentimes we'll see her hanging upside down from a trapeze over here, right? She's got that Brooklyn accent, you know, because she smokes too many cigarettes. But you could clearly see that her butt cheeks here, right? They're upside down. So that's what we're going to be looking for over here, right? If we come up to these areas, we're going to be looking for the butt cheeks to be upside down, which we could clearly see if we extrapolate into the future here, right? Take a look at the, let's tween off the, yeah, let's tween that off. So yeah, we could see this is what we would want to see on market Cipher right here, right? The uneven butt cheeks as we come up into that area, okay? Speaking of areas, all right, this is an area of resistance coming up above us here. All right, so, you know, we got to keep our eyes open here on the charts and just kind of see what's going to happen here. So let's come back to our trades over here, take a look, see what's going on. So, you know, clearly the long trade's doing a little bit better here, right? I took about half the position out last night. Well, no, actually, I took about half the position out this morning because I went to bed, stop loss under the wick, and said, you know what? I can't stay up any longer. I'm too tired. Went to sleep, woke up, it held, still in profits. So now, you know, I've taken half the trade out, and I have half the trade open. And I'm going to take a little more profits up here because this is a resistance. And if we come above that resistance, guys, well, it would not surprise me in any slightest if we just, we could, I mean, absolutely. Fast move down, fast move up, y'all. Fast move down, fast move up, right? So let's take a look at our chart here. Let's see if we can come up to the old whapperoonie. And let's see here. Shout out to CG who says, nice haircut, Jason. Thank you. You know, shout out to my friend Chris, right? Chris, my friend Chris, okay? He comes to cut my hair. As weird as that sounds, you know, he's a good friend of mine, guys. He's a good friend of mine. Shout out to Chris. Thanks for cutting my hair, bro. He has a 5-month plan for me because I've been cutting it myself. And Big Bus 28 was like, you know, Jason, I miss the days when you actually used to be like a yuppie before you became a hillbilly redneck out here and you used to like groom yourself, right? Because I would cut my hair myself, guys, and I don't know how to cut hair. I would shave the sides, give myself a mohawk, try and like push it to the side, right? But, you know, I got to do what I got to do for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? The lady, I should say, you know? So, you know. But, shout out to Michael Bass who says, I feel like it's going down, so it's probably going up. You know, it could. It could. We got to keep our eyes on it. I'm keeping my eyes on it, that's for sure, guys. I'm keeping my eyes on it, baby. Excuse me. Oh, man. Almost burped up half a cup of coffee right there. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Tom who thought my hair looked nice. Yeah, you know, what can I say, guys? What can I say, you know? You know, I used to have beautiful golden locks, by the way, back in the day. I used to have beautiful golden locks back in the day. I wonder if I have any pictures. I think I might have some pictures, guys. Let's see if we have some pictures here. I'll show you guys my beautiful golden locks while we wait for this price action to play out here. Let's see what we got going on. It was beautiful. I mean, you know, I don't mean to brag or anything. Do I have any pictures? I don't know if I do. I might not. let's see here. This is a picture of me back in the day, guys. You could see I did have some beautiful hair, right? So here's the thing. I don't know. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you could see it or not. So let's wait and see if this price action comes up a little bit. Shout out to Wayne, who says, shout out to the courses and the bot making trading life golden. Yeah, the bot is nice, guys. The bot is super nice. And in July, we're gonna launch that for certain, for real. But by the way, if anybody wants to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper, where we post the juicy levels and setups. Also, guys, if you want to learn how to trade the way I trade, where I have a plan, where I know what I'm looking for, so I'm not flopping and groping, there's a 25% discount on the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. And this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable paper trader, because I don't advocate trading real money. But how do you know that this is a true statement? Well, because you're seeing it on a screen, and also somebody with a microphone is telling you that it's true. And that's absolutely the barometer of truth. Is if you see and hear something coming from a screen, you know it must be true, even if the reality around you disagrees with what that screen and person is telling you. Okay. So that's how we judge objective truth these days, guys. So let's see what's happening here. I think we might be able to get a little bit movement to the upside. All right. Let's take a look now. This is the 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 5 minute quick. See what's going on. We still got people longing. We got people longing. Open interest increasing. We got people longing, and yeah, let's see if we can come up a little bit higher here. We can see the cheeks starting to form on the 12 minute here, and the definitely on the Uno minute here. Money flow even coming down. I would love just one big FOMO push, one big old massive push, okay, up into that area for potentially maybe a little scalp from that VWAP. You know, I just got a notification on my iPhone, guys. NYC altcoin plus Bitcoin spot signals is giving a long signal right now. I guess I shouldn't say that. It's a paid signals group, right? But they're looking to long at 29,500 all the way down to 28,500. So they would even come down. They just long it, you know, low leverage. They would come all the way down to here. Wow. So they're literally okay, so they're looking to long this box right here. Okay. It's kind of a big zone. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I agree with that. You know, I'm just looking for a little bit more Pacific here, right? They're keeping it a little Atlantic. Your boy Jason keeps it Pacific. You know what I'm saying? West Coast, baby. You know? Since I am from California, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm not at all, guys. I'm 100% an East Coaster. An East Coaster. Yeah, so honestly, I like this idea right here. I like this idea. Right? You like those sound effects too? I know you do. Don't lie. Don't lie. I see you out there. Lying. Right? You're too embarrassed to say you like it. It's like that time when I was a little kid, right? My friend came over, and I told him, man, you know what? I really love the show Barney. And he's like, Barney, that's for little kids. Right? So I had to lie. I had to lie and tell him I didn't like it. Okay, but I really did. Yeah, I see you guys out there lying. Got a little Allen key right here. And shout out to CryptoFace for the mug. Thank you, bro. You know, I mean, I did pay for it fair and square, so. But I appreciate putting out the merch, you know. I have many Market Cipher shirts. Many Market Cipher shirts out here, guys. In fact, I don't know if anybody's seen this video, but let's see if we can pull something up on the stream here while we're waiting for this price action to play out. Right? Let's go over here. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Yeah. I'm supposed to go out somewhere nice. I better change my clothes. What should I wear? No, not this. No, I don't think that either. Nah. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, so, you know, guys, I'm all about the Market Cipher merch. You know, I even walk around with my Market Cipher backpack on, right? I'm just a walking Market Cipher shiller, right? In fact, I'm so good at shilling Market Cipher. You know, CryptoVase, I think you should probably give me a little bit more affiliate commissions here, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more, man. Maybe 12% instead of 10%, you know? You know, just dropping a hint, yeah, just dropping a hint. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But I do really enjoy Market Cipher. So, you know, I enjoy having the merch. Okay, so we're starting to get a little move to the the upside here. Money flow is crossing over on the 12-minute. I don't deny that we could get a big move to the upside here, but I'm still looking for a potential rejection from that VWAP, because here's the thing: typically on a VWAP, if we spend a lot of time below it, like this or above it, when we come to it, it's a very easy scalp. I took a scalp live yesterday, longing the VWAP. Right, wait, what did I just do here? I don't know, but I longed the VWAP yesterday from, what the heck did I even just do? Hang on. I don't know what I did here, guys, but I did long the VWAP yesterday for an easy scalp. So maybe we could short it today. Wait, here we go. Man, your boy Jason is totally flopping and groping right here with the oh, what did I even do? I have Market Cipher SR on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, so yesterday took a long from the VWAP right here, live on stream, right? And so why not today see if we could take a short from it? You know, why not? You know? And I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, right? Because I'm a man who shows you pictures like this, who also trades and drives on the regular basis, which you know. Okay, trading and driving is even more riskier than just regular trading. Regular trading, yes, you could lose money. Trading and driving, not only could you lose money, but you could lose your life. All right, clearly I'm not looking at the road here, right? Clearly I'm looking at the chart, which is conveniently on this TV that they put in the car. You know, it's just so convenient to have a TV in the car, but it's so inconvenient to have to drive. If only there was a car that didn't need a driver, right? If only there was a world where technology did everything for us, so we could just sit there in the metaverse on universal basic income, in the matrix, just in a lame existence, eating bugs, owning nothing. It will be so awesome. I love owning nothing. It makes me so happy to think about owning nothing. That's actually why I trade derivatives, guys, and not on spot, because I don't actually have to own the crypto. I'm just practicing, guys, for the fourth industrial revolution when I actually do own nothing. And I have to say, I'm a pretty happy guy. I mean, you could probably tell from my demeanor that I'm a pretty happy guy, right? I mean, does this face look sad to you? I didn't think so, right? Didn't think so. So I'm stoked on it, guys. You know, I'm stoked on it. Shout out to John Cottenham in the chat. Maybe we can get this move up to the WAP. Can we get the WAP? Come on, baby. Do I think it's a good idea to buy long now? Anyhow, personally, no. Personally, I would never, ever long right now. I would never do it. That's just me. I would never do it. Robert Bonar loves eating bugs. You know, I'll eat some kosher bugs, right? John the Baptist, he ate locusts and wild honey, right? You know, he was a man of God. But, you know, spiders, I'm not, you know, that's not kosher, man. And, let's see if we can get this pump right here. We have a potential 4-hour bullish div on Ethereum. Yeah, I did see that this morning. So are we waiting to pump and then dump? Honestly, I'm waiting to pump up to the VWAP, and then I'm looking, honestly, just to take a short scalp from basically taking out this high. But I don't discount the fact that we could pump from here, right? And I'm prepared for it. I'm long. I'm in a long, and I'm prepared to get this whole move back today, guys. I'm prepared for it, right? Let's take a look at the S&P. Let's take a look at the dollar. What are they doing? So the dollar is dumping, which means Bitcoin. I mean, this is the 1 hour chart. So, so it's the 7th of June today. So dollar's dumping right now, which usually means the corn pumps. Wow, look at the S&P 500 opening up with a giant gap to the downside, but immediately a nice, what are these things called? Those hammer candles or whatever? So let's see. So, yeah, if things stay like this, if the dollar keeps dumping and the corn keeps, and the S&P keeps pumping, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this, right? I would not be surprised about that at all. But let's see what happens as we come up to these areas, guys. As we come up to those very sensitive areas, right? They are sensitive. Shout out to Austin Smith. Fist bump to you, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're the man. Thank you for that super chat. We have a W pattern on the dollar index. How can you get a volume profile chart for free? You can use the session volume indicator here. So come over to indicators, come down to session volume profile. And now this is giving you the daily volume profile chart right here, right? So basically, you're looking at it, and then if you use the HD one, you can zoom in to like whatever time frame you're on. But this right now is giving you the daily. So session volume indicator, that's how you can do it. I prefer, honestly, I do prefer using Exocharts. It's just much easier to use. And by the way, if anyone wants to learn how to use Exocharts, you can check out the course that me and Boyan put together. You can check out this free intro, which basically will kind of show you everything that you're looking at and tell you what it means. There's a link in the description. If you use the coupon code JUICY, you can get a 15% discount. So, okay. Yeah. Is it good to short at the moment? Well, here's the thing anyhow. For me personally, like the way I trade is I need to have a plan in advance, man. That's how I do it. So I'm looking for specific levels. Right now, I personally would not take a trade from here. That doesn't mean it's a bad entry. It's just for me, everyone has to have their own style of trading. And my style is I would not take a trade from here, but I'm sure people would. I can't tell anybody what to do. For me, I'm waiting for shorting, I'm waiting for higher, and for longing, I'm waiting for lower. Right? For me, the long trade was from down here, which I did take last night. And also for me, I mean, the short trade potentially is from VWAP, and that's just a scalp short because we are, down to supports. The major day trade short was the one from up in this area, right? So yesterday, the short trade I was looking to take was, wow, well, that was a few days ago now because we're going back in time to look at the trades. But, where are we at? Okay, so this was the long. This is the long from yesterday. And then the short from yesterday, right here, this was the major area of confluence where I was looking for. It could have been a scalp or a nice day trade. I didn't know we were going to dump all the way down here. Of course, I had my final target set down here, but I never enter a trade thinking the final target will be hit. But for me, I would not take a trade here because for me this is a 50-50 shot, right? It's a 50-50 shot. We're in an area of consolidation. I would like to see this high get taken out before shorting at least, right? I want to see this high. I want to see the bearish divergence. Those are like the best trades for me. Is if I see we're consolidating, I look to trade the fake outs, and then eventually we break out. So let's say we have a fake out here, and then we dump down much lower. That gets me into a good short. But if we have a fake out to the bottom, which we did have last night, right? We had a fake out to the bottom last night right here, right? So I longed this. That could potentially now get me into the good long. So that's just the way I do it, man. Everyone has a different way of doing it. There's 1,001 ways to skin a cat. There's 1,001 ways to pluck a chicken, right? You could pull out each feather one by one. You dip it in boiling hot water. Spin it around in a chicken plucker, you know. And shout out to whoever gave the video a thumbs down. I do pray that the Lord blesses you and your whole family. And I also pray that that you find the content you're looking for. Shout out to Dread Mining, by the way. Shout out to Dread Mining for hooking it up with Mango Research. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I don't know if you should add to your Soul short, man. I have not been watching Soul at all. Can we take a look at ETH quick? Well, sure. Let's take a look at ETH quick. So ETH, guys, bounced right off the box that we had marked out in the VIP Discord, right? Look at that. We had this box right here, potential deal. We had a daily level. We have a weekly level, potential chickens drinking water from right here, which we did get. And again, we have another chickens drinking water from right here. So ETH also, we could do something like this, come down. Like basically the way I trade ETH is I look for ETH to come to levels. And then I also just wait for the corn to do what it's going to do. So if I see corn, chickens are drinking on corn, as ETH is coming down to a level, well, hey, let's grab a nice little trade on that. So, well, we might not hit our level here, and if not, then I just will sit out until we do. We might come down lower. So let's see what's happening here on an order flow chart. Wow, we had a lot of longs right here that are absolutely wrecked. We have longs getting absolutely wrecked up here as we come near the monthly point of control. I would like a little bit higher. But as we can see, there is indeed increase in open interest right here of both longs and now shorts are opening up, but primarily the longs in this area. People are really longing this. And now we can see pretty much everyone who longed in the past 15 minutes is under the Volta right now. And we have more longs coming in right now. Wow. More longs coming in right now. You know, that 12 minutes is about to curve and give us a trigger wave here. But, man, I would like to see a little bit higher, honestly, guys. But we might not get it now. We might not get it now. I think there is free order flow somewhere, a Wild Rancid. I think there is, but I'm not too sure. Okay. Yellen is going to speak in 2 minutes. I didn't know this. What are they going to talk about? Some kind of money thing? Kobe, my take on Sol. I have not really looked at Sol for a while. But I don't know, because I haven't really looked at it in a while, bro. So I cannot give you an informed answer on that. Are you using a different exchange, perhaps 253, because the VWAPs are dependent on the volume that happened on that specific exchange? So it looks like we're about to get our 12-minute red dot here. Okay, so Attis is free, this person says. At least they think so. So we'll have to I don't know. We'll have to verify that. Now we got a red dot on the 12-minute. So let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens here, guys. We might dump. I mean, typically, not typically, but oftentimes New York will open up with a false move and then give the real move. Let's take a look at the dollar now. Dollar starting to pump, which means Bitcoin starts to dump. Isn't it crazy how it's inverse S&P coming down a little bit? It really is the inverse. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see here. Dollar is rising. That means the corn tends to dump when the dollar rises. How many eggs do I get per day? Right now, we have about 16 laying hens, and then we have another 13 pullets that are not yet laying. So we get about 12 to 15 eggs on average per day. And honestly, guys, eggs are so good. They're so high in protein. They taste great. They're high in fat and cholesterol. You know, all the stuff that that they say is bad for you is the stuff that I think is good for you. I pretty much learned that the opposite of what the common belief is usually true. You know, so that's why I get tons of sun exposure with no sunscreen and eat a whole bunch of fat and cholesterol and all that stuff. You know, it's turning out pretty good for me, guys. I have to be honest with you. You know, it's turning out kind of good for me, right? Just saying. Besides my teeth. But hey, I was at a biological dentist a few weeks ago. Took a look at my teeth. He said I have very good teeth, even though they're crooked. I have 2 extra teeth, but he said they're very good. They're very strong, good enamel, right? So I don't have anything to worry about. No cavities, right? So the majority is always wrong, guys. The majority is always wrong. You know what I'm saying? Remember Noah's flood? Majority is always wrong. So, man, this is low volatility here, which makes for a boring live stream. This could be a bear flag. It could be a bear flag. If it is a bear flag, I would love to have a fake out of it first to compound my short. These are the trades that I'm currently in right now. The short from last night, which was epic. The long from last night, which has not been too epic at all. But still giving us something here. I have a take profit set for the long right here. In case we do get a little rejection. I'm planning to add a little bit more to my short here. And maybe scalp it down a little bit lower. Let's see what happens here. The short trade I've already that's the thing. Like I shorted it last night from literally right here because this was a naked point of control right here at about 31.5. And then after we got the dump, I added more to my position because I took out half the trade before the dump. And then we started dumping. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to ride this thing all the way down with a tiny position. So I added more. So my actual entry right now is like right here. And so I can even add more to that trade if we come up here. Like let's say we do come up here for a rejection. I could add more. I have no problem with my entry being here because here's the thing. I can close the trade out before I'm in a loss. But I can, if we do come down lower, then I can get some more profits out of it because I have a bigger position size. Because right now I only have 21,000 worth of contracts in the trade for the short. I'd like to have at least 50,000. I'd like to double it. I would like to double that trade size if we're going to get another move to the downside because we have to wait and see what's going to happen here. But I do tend to take trades from the VWAP when we. It's always a great place to look for trades, right? It's always a great place. It helps if there's some confluence there. There's not too much confluence there right now. I like to see a golden pocket there, or at least a 382. So we might come up a little bit above the VWAP, hit into the 382, and then come down, right? We might. That's just kind of my plan right now. We'll have to see what happens. And also we do have from, I think a few days ago, on the VWAP, we have, So yesterday's daily candle opened up right here. Yesterday's daily candle opened up right here, and so we do have that nice confluence. And I mean, we could fudge something here. I don't know. Hey, but this is interesting because honestly, if we just come up above this high right into the 236, that could give us the bearish div that we're looking for, right? But I prefer the VWAP. Like when we're that close to VWAP, I would like to hit it. Otherwise, it's just too risky for me. It's just too risque, you know? Hidden 1 minute bull divergence. That's interesting. So Taher says, will Bitcoin drop? I don't know, Taher. I don't know, man. You know, I am not the type of trader that will tell you what will happen. All I do is I look for entries. And then once I'm in the trade, I secure profit and then I let it ride, man. So like basically that's why I'm still short from up here. I don't know if we dump more. I still got the short open. I'm long from down here. If we pump, I don't know. I still got the long open. I've taken profits on both the trades, stop losses to entry. So worst case scenario, it's a winning trade. Best case scenario, you know, I like to get myself into these long positions because then I don't have to worry about what the price is going to do. I just look for those good entries and then secure profits, and that's my style. That is my style, right? A lot of people scoff at that style because they're like, you're leaving profits on the table, which I do, right? I'm leaving profits on the table. For example, if my short gets stopped out now, I'm leaving $1,000 on the table. Totally fine with that. Totally fine with that because I can now be in the long that will be making that back, and it's just really comfortable psychologically. So if I had to guess right now what we were going to do, just based on what's happening with market Cipher, let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Looks like we're going to come down a little bit here because money flow is coming down, momentum's coming down, but it's hard to say, right? I need a level for reference, and right now we don't have any reference levels here, right? We're in the middle of this consolidation. Could be a bear flag. Could be a bear flag, could be a channel. In fact, this is quite interesting. Let's see if this holds, right? Because this would actually be, it would take longer for our idea to play out, but if we even did something like this, it would take a little bit longer to play out, but it would still play out. Let's see. We'll take a parallel channel, and we'll grab it from here to here, up to here. So we've got this little channel, and the midline seems to be respected very nicely, right? Resistance, support, support, resistance, consolidation. Technically, we could even look at this as resistance. So, yeah, maybe this, and then get a rejection. Perhaps, right? Just an idea. Just an idea. My top 5 crypto on spot. Well, Bitcoin for sure. Cardano, Monero, Pirate Chain. Those are my top. Yeah, everyone long the Jason Casper like button right now. Man, we have so many weird shills in here trying to shill. Naked HD XYZ. What the heck? Why do people do that? That's so weird. I mean, it must work. I guess people click on that. Weird. What if I'm not in the market? If I'm not in the market and I don't have a good trade set up, then I just wait until I get one, man. You know, there's no reason to FOMO into a trade. The market's always going to be here tomorrow. Where will I close the short if Bitcoin pumps? Probably at my stop loss, man. I mean, yeah, definitely at my stop loss. I pretty much let them ride, man. I let them ride. I let them ride. So, you know, that's how I do it. Because here's the thing, like my goal to do this is to consistently make gains over time, right? Consistently make gains over time. I'm not here to try and make as much as possible, because when I have the mindset of I'm trying to make as much money as possible, I always lose, because the psychology of that is too much. It's too much. The focus has to be slow and steady over time, right? So I don't care that my short, I'll let it ride and we'll pump and pump, and I'll let it stay open, because who knows, maybe we'll dump. I don't know, right? I leave gains on the table, but it's better than being greedy and closing the whole position and then having us dump anyway. I'd rather keep some of the position open. It's just the way I enjoy to play the markets, because wonder who this is. Maybe it's Mark. Hello? Hello? 12-minute red dot, guys. Hello? 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 Oh, now they just hung up on me. How rude. How rude. Yeah, it's not Mark, so that means we're probably not going to pump. Unfortunately, guys. Oh, we do have a buying tail? Let's check that out, Crypto Morningstar. Are you looking at the sessions template? Wow. Yes, look at that. That is a buying tail, man. That is a buying tail. Let's pump it, baby. That's a beautiful one. A beautiful buying tail. This low does not have a buying tail, which makes me think we could revisit this area. Yeah. So still, I would say I'm still looking to do this. That's what I'm looking to do, honestly. Like, I feel like that's kind of probable based on all things considered. But we'll have to wait and see what it looks like when we get there, right? We'll have to wait and see what it looks like when we get there. You get stopped out a lot dread mining when you move your stop loss to entry. Any tips for staying in? The best tip I can give is to have super ninja entries. But other than that, it is part of the game. Like, that happens to me a lot too. That happens to me a lot. The truth is, it's just part of what it is. But the better the entry, the less likely that is to happen. You can also always re-enter. Like my short yesterday, I had a crappy entry, stop loss to entry, got stopped out, re-entered the trade. Yeah, so either re-enter the trade or have a better entry, or something else I do is take enough profit out of the trade so that the stop loss being not an entry is still a break even. I do that a lot too, especially if I'm already in a position. I will enter, let's say, a long, and then it comes up a little bit. I'll take out enough profit from that long so that my stop loss under the last swing low is still going to do a break even or a very small loss. And then if the price keeps going, I can ride the profit up. But if it gets stopped out, it's like, not really a big loss. But yeah, also, that happens to me a lot too. And I don't live stream those trades because they're not as sensational. And YouTube's all about sensationalism, guys. So, yeah, Crypto Morningstar, that it does look like a weak bottom, man. I agree with you. Yes, YE, when I place a market order, I always put the stop loss on after the fact. Yes, indeed. Yes, I do. So, well, man, guys, this is getting intense. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's see if we can get 1,250 likes up in here, because I will be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. That would be pretty awesome to give it away. We only have 400 likes. We have 700 viewers. Wow, that's awesome. So, uneven butt cheek on the Ethereum chart with a green dot. Let's check out Ethereum real quick, guys, because Ethereum is looking pretty bullish. on the 2-hour time frame, even on the 4-hour time frame, we have bullish divergence on Ethereum. As we came down to our box of support from the VIP Discord, we have that really nice bullish divergence right there, right? We see, and then we come to the 1-hour time frame. What do we see on the 1-hour time frame? On the 1-hour time frame, we absolutely do see the uneven butt cheek pattern, right? Dolores is at the diner. She's bringing out another cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? This guy over here, he's got his cigar. He's real excited because he knows what he sees over here, right? He sees that big old fat butt cheek on the left, that skinny old butt cheek on the right here. That's where the Benjamins are at. That's where the Benjamins are at, y'all. So, yeah, ETH is looking like we could get a nice little pump here. The corn, let's see what happens with the corn. So, I'm personally looking to short this, right? I'm just being honest, guys. I'm being blunt. Now, this is not a trading signal. This is not financial advice, right? Because I'm in a position that probably most people are not in, or maybe you are, but I'm short for much higher. And so if we're going to get a rejection, this is the area I'm looking to look at, right? And so my thinking is I want to have more of a position open in case we dump more. I want to have more so I can have more profit. If we pump right through and I've added to the position, I still have time to get out, right? I'm going to still move my stop loss to my new entry after adding to the short here. Okay, and I'm going to keep this long open. And this long has a decent position size. Whoa. What am I doing? Flopping and groping. This long has a decent position size here. Decent enough for me, at least. I know some of you guys are whales out there trading with hundreds of millions. But I'm not, right? I'm just a minnow out here. I'm just a minnow trying to swim with the whales, right? I'm the minnow underneath the whale, eating off the barnacles and all that stuff, you know? That's what I do. So, come on, can we get a pump? Can we get a pump? I use ribbon 5 on market Cipher A. That's my favorite one. What exchange to use for futures trading? I would recommend using ByBit and PHEMEX because they have paper trading demo accounts, which I only use and only recommend. My leverage is very high, Simon. I'm a super high leverage trader. That's the way I prefer to trade these days. I used to be more low, but now that I'm a scalper, more so. This is a 70x leverage long and a 75x leverage short. And the reason I use high leverage, people don't understand why I use high leverage. I use high leverage because my entries are good, right? I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but my entries are objectively just good. So if you have a good entry, you don't have to worry about using leverage, right? You don't have to worry about it because if you get liquidated, it means you were wrong in your hypothesis. I shorted right from this white line here. I knew if we came above the white line, I need to be out of short anyway. So, you know, how much playing room do I have? 75x leverage, that gives me like a 1% play room. We literally could have come above this previous high up here, right? With my 75x leverage short. We could have come all the way up to here before I would be in danger of getting liquidated. And it's like I'm able to risk a very small amount of money on the trade, right? I had like $1,400 on the trade that I would have gotten liquidated for. $1,400 at liquidation. That's not a big deal, right? Considering all the gains that I've already made, especially this week, all which have been live streamed. You guys know if I lost $1,400, I would still be in profit. So it's like I don't have to worry about getting liquidated. And also, if I see that we're not going to lose this level, I can close the trade anyway. So I use high leverage to risk very little. And I also do it mostly for psychological reasons. Because if I'm using low leverage, there's always that temptation to move the stop loss. Because you know you're not going to get liquidated. There's always that temptation to move the stop loss because you know you're not going to get liquidated. That used to plague me, right? Where you short here, and you're like, okay, I'm going to put my stop loss right here. And then we start to come up to your stop loss, and you're like, you know what, man, maybe I should move it up to here, just above the last swing high, right? And then it comes up here and you're like, you know what? Maybe the chickens are going to drink and maybe I'll move it up here, right? And so you're like, okay. And now you're like losing all this money. And now you're in this position. And then you start playing the game of like, oh, I'll just add to the position so I have a better entry because we're still going to come down, right? But you don't play that game with leverage. You get liquidated and then you're out. And it's like, whew, all right, I'm out. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to play that psychological game anymore. I got liquidated, now I can move on to the next trade. So that's why I do it, you know? Exactly. Most people confuse high leverage with high dollar position. No, I'm literally risking a very small amount of my trading capital and leveraging it up. That's why it's called leverage. You could take 1% of your account. If you have $100, you could take one of those dollars and enter a trade with, if you're using 75x leverage, you're risking $1, but you're trading with $75, which then means if the price goes up, 4%, you just made 3% on your whole account of $100, risking $1. So, like, leverage can be a very powerful tool for good risk reward if you know what you're doing as far as the setups and the entries go, right? That's why it's always so important to have a plan in advance. Like the short from yesterday, we knew the level we wanted to take the short at, and then also last night, this trade setup, the long that I'm currently in right now, I knew what I wanted to see happen here, right? So it's important that you know that stuff in advance. If you want to learn how to do that, you can check out the course at jasongaspertrading.com. There's a 25% discount in the description. But yeah, high leverage is not like high position size, right? It can be. It can be. Yes, exactly. Leverage is a tool. It's a tool, man. It's a tool in the toolbox, and it's a great tool. I love it, right? Because what we can do with crypto, we cannot do with normal markets, right? You have to have a lot more capital. I would say this 100x leverage stuff, ain't no way you're going to be able to do that in these regulated markets. Why do I choose ribbon 5 on market Cipher A? The reason is because I really just like that 21 EMA. That 21 EMA, it's a Fibonacci number. And it just is so respected, right? So let's turn on market Cipher A. And especially like on these higher time frames, like the 4-hour market Cipher A, ribbon 5 is just very, very nice, right? Not so much in consolidation, but in trending markets. When we're in massive downtrends, the 21 EMA on the 4-hour oftentimes gives you a great short entry. And when we're in uptrends, oftentimes ribbon 5 on the 4-hour gives you a great long entry. It's just a really nice, way to have dynamic support and resistance, in my opinion. There were times during the bull run where I would set alerts on the 4-hour 21 EMA and blindly wake up in long. Like if we hit it, I would just wake up, set an alert, wake up in the middle of the night. I wouldn't even check the chart. I just, we hit the 21 EMA long, and then I'd wake up and profit, right? But obviously there's a context for that, right? You can't just do that now because obviously in this sideways range, the EMA is not acting as support yet, right? We need confirmation of the breakout of this. It really only works for trending markets. And the trend is your friend until the end, right? The trend is your friend until the end. I hope we get a big old pump up right now. Let's get a big old juicy big old pump. Get rejected. Ride the tractor. Harvest some Bitcoin. Go to the diner for a cup of coffee. Maybe I'll trade on the way as I'm driving there. You know? I think we come up a little bit more here. I think so. Let's see what happens here. We've been in this uptrend. It's a local uptrend. Let's go to a higher time frame. Let's see. Yeah, so this whole time basically that we've bottomed out, increase in open interest, right? That does show some signs of health, right? Some signs of health here. Because it shows people are interested and there's actually new volume coming in to support that move. Shout out to Ben Tancock. Thanks for being here, bro. God bless. What can a Cuban do for an advanced course giveaway? We'll have to do that at some point, Tony Z, my fellow Cuban friend. This is quality TA here, guys. You're not gonna find this on satellite TV. All right, you're not gonna find this. I'll tell you. Well, actually, you will find this on TV. You'll find this on TV all the time, guys. You'll find this on TV all the time. So. Well, we're not really getting our move, which is kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. Do I think we can rock it to 31K before a dump? Yes, but if we're gonna come up to 31K, well, hang on. This is the 12-minute time frame. Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, we see that there's a support resistance flip right there. I do think that's very possible. That is an area that I'm being aware of. But for right now, yeah, I'm mostly looking at the VWAP. But I actually am probably about to go outside and do some farm stuff. So I might not even take that VWAP trade. Oof. You can see I'm kind of tired here, guys. Is anyone hearing the court hearing right now? What's going on with the court? Do I ever add more margin to a losing trade to improve my entry? It really depends on the context. If I am going to be building a swing position with low leverage, then yes, I do that. If I have a big zone that I'm looking to trade, then yes, I will do that, but only in a very specific context with very predetermined amount of risk, right? So I do it understanding I'm risking 3% of my whole account or whatever, 2%, 3%, and that's it, right? And that's it. You can't just... Playing the game of adding to your position size to improve the entry is a slippery slope. I have known people who have got liquidated for tens of millions of dollars playing that game. And I myself have played that game in the past, and it is not a fun game to play because it is a very unforgiving game. And usually, if you are not really know what you're doing, that is a losing game every single time, because it quickly turns into a psychological issue, right? Where it's now you're gambling and you're playing on hope instead of strategy. And so you really have to know what you're doing if you want that to play out nicely. All right, guys, let's pump it, baby. Let's pump this up a little bit. Can we hit that TP, guys? What do you think? I think we can hit the TP. I think we can hit the TP. I think we can do it, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Who knows? Maybe this will be a day of pump. But we'll see what happens here. Guys, hold tight for 1 second. I will be right back. And just a quick reminder, this stream is brought to you by Jason, Casper, and Carl from the Moon going to McDonald's in a Maserati.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal. Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal. Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal. Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal. Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal. Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. You know, my I had to take a pee, guys. And you know what I love to do? I love to pee outside. I love to pee outside. It really just does me good. The sun shines down on you. You water on the plants. You know, diluted human urine is good for plants. But I'll tell you guys, this is a bigger mug than it looks, right? You drink a small coffee, and you pee a large coffee. So, look at that big spike, right up to the top of the channel, actually. Hit my take profit. On that trade there. Let's see here. Yeah, so hit a take profit on the long a little bit. So now I've got a little extra profits taken out. You can see, and let's see what happens. We come up to VWAP. I'd love to come up to VWAP here, or not. But either way, I've added a little bit more to my short. So let's see what happens here, guys. Let's take a look at the chart right here. We do see some very, very local bearish CVD. Big increase in open interest as we're coming up to the VWAP here. Lots of longs opening up as we come to the VWAP. Wow, look at all this. People are really opening up trades here. People are really looking to long. Lots of longs, longing right into the VWAP. We can see them all. Look at this. Look at this candle. Look at all these longs right here. 1.4, 1.5 million longs. 2.1 million longs right here. Massive amounts of people longing right into VWAP. This is our 5-minute chart. Let's see what happens as we come up to it. I do have to say that the 1 minute doesn't necessarily look too bearish, but usually when we hit VWAP like this, we get a rejection from it. We usually do get a rejection from it. Interesting though that this channel was respected, and here we come. Yeah, we got some bearish divs here as we hit the VWAP on the 3-minute. Getting some kind of a reaction there. You know, sometimes we hit it, then we come a little above, and then we lose it. We play around with it for a little bit. Right? It's not always the clearest rejection. Wow, actually technically have not hit it yet. Let's refresh this and see. That was interesting. Oh yeah, no, we've hit it. We've hit it. And wow, that's also interesting. A lot of shorts closed out of their positions when we hit it. I guess people were trying to short too early. Now we've got more shorts opening up. We've got longs still open in their positions. I mean, really, we have a lot of longs that could get squished if we don't claim that VWAP. So let's see what happens here. We're coming up to try and mess with it again. Look at that though. I mean, isn't it crazy though? To the dollar, to the dang dollar. Never a bad idea to look for trades at VWAP if we've been below or above for a long time, right? It's never a guaranteed thing, but you know. So now, honestly, for me, in order for this to be, I would say, a nice move to the downside, I would really like to come down back below this level. I think we could come back down to the bottom of the range, because I'm kind of looking at this as a sideways range here, and this as a potential fake out back down to the bottom. Let's see how it plays out, guys. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. So look at this, right? In my short, you can see I've added 20,000 contracts to it. So I'm already up almost another $200 than I was before, just from this little move down. That's why I added to the short position here. So if we come down, right, because we might not, if we come down a little bit lower here, then I could take out that profit, and then I had the same position I had originally, but I basically just took a scalp while also being in more of a swing trade. Took a scalp while being also in more of a swing trade. So see what happens here, guys. Coming back up to the VWAP again. It's not always a smooth rejection. Sometimes it takes some time, and sometimes it's not a rejection at all. We could absolutely break through, but let's take a look at the order flow and see what's happening here. Still a lot of longs coming in. We still have a lot of longs coming in. Let's see if we have any kind of local, very super local, any signs of bearishness or absorption going on. No, not at all right now. Lots of longs though, that's for certain. And right now we're at the weekly open, which is an important level. So this is the area I would definitely be looking to reject. We've got the weekly open, we've got the VWAP. You know, if I wasn't just looking to short the VWAP here for a scalp trade, I would say that this actually does look more bullish than bearish on these lower term time frames here. Even the 12-hour bearish divergence is no more. 6-minute bearish divergence is also no more here. So that actually is pretty bullish. But VWAP is an important level that needs to be claimed, and I wouldn't be surprised if we could get a little more from it. Kevin. Yeah, when I'm trading, yeah, I guess I am double-minded. I'm always counter trading myself and all that. How do you know the longs in Exocharts? So basically, what we're looking at in Exocharts is when we see these net longs and net shorts, when the candles are going up and they're blue, that means that people are opening longs. When the candles are going down and they're gray, that means people are closing longs. And for the purple here, when the candles are going up and they're turning purple, that means people are opening longs, shorts, and then when the candles are coming down and they're turning gray, that means people are closing. So we have a lot of a big spike in volume right here, and we do have longs opening up. This could be a break. This could be. Yeah, this really could be. And so in that case, I will potentially close out my short. Let's take a look, see if there's anything noteworthy. Yeah, so we didn't reject from the VWAP. I've taken some profits on my short. And let's see here. So if we pump the next area, I mean, yeah, what the heck? So 30,200, I will take some profit on the long. And then I'm just going to leave my short stop loss at entry still, guys, which is 30,300. So my short stop loss will be out right here. This is my short stop loss. I've taken out those additional contracts, but I don't want to close the whole position, just in case we dump more. So yeah, let's see what's happening right now. Okay, so we do have some slight bearish divs on the 1 minute here, but money flow is getting thicker, which typically is a bullish sign. Yeah, that's typically pretty bullish looking here. Yeah, so let's see what happens, guys. Maybe we can redo everything that we already did here for the dump, right? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I'm looking slim. Am I cutting? No, I'm not cutting. I'm just, well, I guess I kind of am. I just am on a healthy diet, you know? I'm just on a healthy diet. Lots of fat and cholesterol and vegetables and fruits. And I don't eat anything that comes in a package. And I grow a lot of my own food, so it can kind of make you a little bit, you know, cut. Like the chest cleavage really comes out, you know what I'm saying? How's that chest cleavage looking? But yeah, I've been trying to eat healthier, right? I went through a phase last year of just eating at night and all that, so. Yeah, so John is looking to trap the longs. That would be nice. Let's ban naked HD videos. So we have a lot of longs coming in here, guys. Man, we have a lot. People are now longing the retest of VWAP. So if we get any kind of bearish CVD here, that would be nice. So far, no. So I'm just going to stay in my current positions here. And yeah, let's see, man. This would be so crazy to short that high and long that low and have them both be awesome trades. That would be nice. It's been a good few days trading, honestly, guys. It's been very profitable, more so than usual. You know, very much so more than usual. You know, some days you don't make very much. Some days you lose. Some days you don't even trade. Shout out to Royal Fresh who eats lamb chops. Yeah, I love lamb chops. I love lamb chops, man. That's right, Chris Cronin. Green beans, squash, beans, chicken, goats, cows. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. What do I recommend for gaining muscle? Well, all I can say is, honestly, here's how I feel. I feel like it's in the training. I really feel like it's in the training, and not so much in the diet. Just eat a healthy diet. Eat a healthy diet. Like, everyone knows what a healthy diet is. People have different perspectives, but the basics. Don't eat McDonald's. If it comes in a package, don't eat it. Cook your own food. You know, fruits, vegetables, whole foods, all this kind of stuff. And then it's all in the training for me. Like, I do heavy compound movements. That's what I do. I don't go to a commercial gym. I don't use machines or any of that stuff. I use barbells and sometimes dumbbells, mostly just barbells, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, bent rows, dips and chin-ups. And you know, I'm a firm believer that those old school movements that the old school muscle men did, that's the best, right? That's the best. People try and complicate things, but if you can use a large majority of your major muscle groups doing a few movements, I don't see how you're not going to be able to build muscle as long as you're eating a healthy diet, and that's the thing. And your body will regulate appetite and all that stuff too. I mean, trust me, you're not going to overeat if you're eating like beans and eggs and kale, right? Which is a typical meal that I would like to eat because I can grow all that stuff at home, right? I don't have to go out anywhere, except I go to a local farm right now to get my dairy. But it's hard to overeat that stuff. It's super easy to overeat, you know, anything that comes in a package, right? So, not dietary advice. Not dietary advice. Not at all. Would I long a 1 hour close above VWAP? That's just not my style, man. Kevin, what about calf raises? Heck no, bro. Never. Do I look like I do calf raises? Does this look like I do calf raises? Absolutely not, man. Never. I never train calves ever, right? I'm kidding. I do calf raises, but you know, I honestly don't have good I feel like I don't have good leverages to train my calves and get that mind muscle connection with them. Yeah. I'm very tall. I'm 6'3". So it's always harder for my legs to look big. I will admit I have good genetics for upper body, because I'll admit that I do put on muscle easily on my upper body. Well, now it looks like we're losing the WAP, guys. Looks like we're losing the WAP. Shout out to Chris Cronin. That's so funny. That's true. Women love calves. In fact, when I married my wife, I asked her, what's your favorite body part on a man? She said the calves. Do I find a big difference eating whole foods versus packaged foods? Yes. Oh, yes, for certain. I have more energy. I feel better. I'm more calm. I'm less aggressive. I'm more present. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think diet. I'm a believer that diet is pretty much everything when it comes to health. Like, that's just where I'm at in life right now. I think that I'm a big believer in terrain theory. And so I think that pretty much disease is caused by malnutrition and toxins in the environment, and not necessarily by germs, right? So I know that's like a radical idea for a lot of people, but makes a lot of sense actually, if you ever look into it. So yeah, I think nutrition is like key, right? Come on. Shout out to Betty. What's it going to be? What are you going to do, Bitcoin? Come on. Make your move. What's it going to be? Let's see something quick here, guys. Let's zoom in a little bit. Also, let's pull another. Interesting, got a little bounce right there off the golden pocket / VWAP. That's interesting. Shout out to Royal Fresh, who's gonna eat better and get back to his routine. That's yeah. I mean, that's really, for me, routine is everything. Like that's how I know some people thrive in chaos, and I do not. I thrive in routine. Like, I wake up every morning at the same time. I do the same things. I have my same. I eat the same thing every day, pretty much. Like I thrive in routine. That's just how I do. That's why I suck at like knowing what day of the week it is, because every day is the same for me except Saturday, which is the Sabbath day, where I go to religious services and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I do thrive in routine. Shout out to Robbie, who says the Bitcoin bottom is in 2 months and looking for a sub 11K Bitcoin. Let's see. All time sometimes says discipline equals freedom. I agree with that statement so much. I mean, you know, true freedom, I believe, comes from discipline and hard work, because it's like that spiritually, it's like that physically, right? Especially with your health. Like, if you have the discipline and the willpower to eat healthy and take care of yourself and exercise, you're going to live a healthier life. If you live a healthier life, you're not going to be a slave to the pharmaceutical industrial complex where they hold that health insurance over your head, saying, do what we say or you're not going to get your diabetes medicine. Well, you're not going to have diabetes for most people, right? There's always the outliers and those that have other conditions that are different. But I'm talking for your healthy, normal person. You're not going to have diabetes if you are eating healthy and taking care of your body, right? Same, I believe, with a lot of these other diseases that people get. And it's the same with, like, you know, being an entrepreneur, right? You got to put in the work, you got to put in the time, and then you're not going to be a slave to your job and your boss. And, you know, it comes to being, like, self-sufficient, right? Like having a homestead. Like, it takes a lot of hard work and time to produce your own food. It takes a lot of blood and sweat and tears, literally all that, and waking up early and going to bed late. But the reward is that now you're not a slave to the supply chain, you're not a slave to the grocery store, and you don't have to eat that crap that they put in your food, you know, all that glyphosate and all that, and get all the diseases. You know, you don't have to eat their food, so you don't get their diseases, so you don't need their medicine. It's like a big thing, right? So people have no idea what freedom is these days. I mean, people literally act like it's crazy, you know, when you look around, especially at my generation and younger. People think freedom is being able to, like, have the ability to, like, gratify all the carnal desires that you have. That's not what freedom is. That is a one-way ticket to bondage in every way possible. So, you know, that's just really is. I mean, if you want to, if people look at freedom as just unbridled hedonism, but that's not what freedom is, right? True freedom comes from being disciplined. This channel, though, interesting, being kind of respected here. Alright, so let's see. Are we going to get our move down or up? What's going to happen here? I don't know. Robbie G thinks Bitcoin's manipulated because the WEF doesn't want mums and dads to get rich. History does show in crypto when there's blood in the streets, it's a bargain. That's true. Hey, I believe with you, man. I'm totally with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. Shout out to FT Masters, going to grow their own vegetables tomorrow. Is it a good idea to short here? Oh, I can't answer that question for you. So what would I suggest to somebody who has a small apartment and only one balcony? Oh man, honestly, I would plant potatoes in either containers or grow bags. You could plant a lot on a balcony. I used to live in an apartment with one balcony, and we grew stuff there. Tomatoes in pots and potatoes in grow bags. You could grow potatoes in grow bags. And I would grow. You'd be surprised the amount of things you can grow in a grow bag. If you plant, you could plant probably like you know, if you plant one potato per bag, that each bag will produce like 6 to 8 potatoes. So, you know, it could be good. And then of course kale and like greens, like the micronutrients, right? The micronutrients from the vegetables, the kale, potatoes and kale. That's what I would grow, man. That's true. Eating is the hardest, and working out is the easiest. That's true, but you know, there is something good about depriving yourself, and there's something empowering about depriving yourself as well of things that you know are bad for you. Like, there's something empowering about being at a gathering, and everyone's eating cake or whatever, and you just don't eat it because you know that, you know, it's technically, that's not even food, right? That's not gonna better you in any way. And I'm not saying it's okay that you never can enjoy those things. I'm just saying people make that part of their everyday life, and that puts people in a bad place. I mean, it makes me so sad to look around at everybody who's so unhealthy. You know, the things that are coming down the road, guys, are not going to be easy for most people, right? We're such a coddled generation of people. You know, my generation and the generation before, we don't know hard times at all. And people are not prepared. It's amazing how many people, like, if there's no air conditioning, people, like, can't take it there. They feel like they're going to die. Or it's like, you know, I purposefully, my wife and I, even though we had air conditioning, we never used it because why would we want to pussify ourselves like that? You know, for most of human history, there was no air conditioning. There were none of these modern comforts, but these things make us soft and weak. So, you know, if everyone's, like, fat and out of shape and getting winded and has diseases, you know, when the fecal matter comes into contact with the revolving apparatus, it's not going to be good for most people, guys. So, you know, I look at it as a, you know, not only is it a physical thing of being prepared, being fit to do the work that I'm going to have to do in the future, but also it's a spiritual thing, right? I want to be healthy. I want to be a good example for my kids. I want to take care of the body that God has given me, you know, and it's like there's so many things coming against us right now as a society, as individuals. We have power to opt out of a lot of those things, right? We don't have to drink the freaking Coca-Cola, which we know kills us, right? We don't have to do that. So why would we do that? Especially if people, you know, are into other ideas, have looked into some of the well, never mind. I'm not going to go down that path, guys. I'm not going to go down it. Shout out to Mr. Crazer, who hasn't turned on his AC with the miners running. Yeah, that's the way to do it, bro. Mine the Bitcoin and bear the heat. How did I get my wife on board? You know, the Lord just led me to my wife. That's all I can say. The Lord led me to my wife. She's an amazing wife, and we have gone through profound changes together as a couple, and we've always been on the same page. It's just been an effortless thing, so I don't know how else to describe it. Can you grow vegetables in a cellar with not much light? Yes, you can, Braveheart. In fact, right here next to me, I have set up, it's super ghetto, but I have bookcases with grow lights, and I actually, in the wintertime, can grow kale, and that's actually a hydroponic station right there, too. It's all dead right now because it's the summer. But I can actually grow vegetables all winter in compost that I make in my yard with these grow lights, and they don't use a lot of electricity because they're LED grow lights. So a little bearish div is forming. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I don't, yeah, look at that. We do, is that a bearish div? I don't know. I honestly have to say, guys, I don't know what's going to happen here. So, my idea number one to short the VWAP didn't necessarily work out. We did get a rejection from the golden pocket to the dollar here. So, if we reclaim this, I think we can come up more. That's true. The Lord has given me everything, right? The Lord has given me everything, Buick Mania, for certain. For certain. How much electricity for grow lights? I can't quantify it for you, but I know it did not increase the electric bill very much. And I'm in the process of getting off the electric grid right now. So I'm going to be installing a solar system on the house. How much do I save a year growing some of our food? I don't know. I've never actually run the numbers, but it's a significant amount. In the summertime, we don't have to buy vegetables. We produce a lot of our own fruit as well. So in the fall, we have lots of apples, pears, berries. We have a lot of berries around here that we grow. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and then we have a whole bunch of wild berries that we eat too. And then the potatoes are a big thing for us. Like I right now have a 1/4 acre of potatoes that will feed us carbs for dinner pretty much every night for a year. The four of us, we're a family of four, and you know, those potatoes, that's really the main source of the calories that can save, because then you don't have to buy bread, you don't have to buy rice, you don't have to buy these things. I recommend people buy rice and quinoa and millet and buckwheat and store these things up, right? Because it's always good to have like a supply of food on hand, but it's definitely, that's the main money saver, is the potatoes, for certain. And you could grow sweet potatoes. They're better in southern climates, but I haven't had too much success with the sweet potatoes. How much coffee do I drink per day maximum? Probably like half a pot maximum. Yeah. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Thank you for the advice with the solar panel. What CBD do I use? I use CBD in Exocharts, but you can also use CBD from coinalize.net here. So coinalize.net is free. You can come over here, type in CBD, and you can get the cumulative volume delta right here. And it's basically the same exact thing as it is in Exocharts. So, you know, if we're going to get a drop here, what we would want to see is the price. Hang on. We would want to see the price putting in a lower high, and then CVD putting in a higher high. That would definitely be bearish, but we'll have to see what happens here. You know, if we get a bigger move to the upside, I would actually enjoy that much, because I've already made a lot of profit on my short here, and wouldn't mind making a little more on the long. Add extra delta. Is that a button that you can click in CoinLines? Let's check it out. I don't see it here. You're gonna have to enlighten me. You're gonna have to enlighten me. Have I always lived this way of life? No, not at all. I grew up in a city area. I was a musician for 3 years. I toured the world. The Lord has led me to this lifestyle, for certain. Why didn't I short the 2975 setup? I actually did short that. But I'm still short from higher, so I just added to my short there. Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna pump out of it. But in hindsight, when we look at that setup here, there were no bearish divergences. I pretty much shorted it just because it was the VWAP. And more times than not, that VWAP will give us something, even if we don't have any kind of confirmations. So right now, we are getting some bearish divs. But, we'll have to see. We'll really have to wait and see what happens. This is a mystery zone for me. Let's take a look here at the order flow chart and see what we got going on. We don't really have any signs of bearish CVD on the 5 minute. Let's check out the 1 minute. Nope. Nope. So I don't know what's going to happen here, guys. If we lose VWAP, we could come down much lower because we can see that we have increased longs opening up here, so they could all get trapped. But I'm not prepared to make a move right now. How many acres are we growing on? I'm on about 6 acres. Obviously, not all of that is being grown on, and every year we slowly expand what we're doing. So right now, the goal, given everything going on in the world, is to focus on calories as much as possible, getting the soil ready to go. So we've been putting a lot of work into enriching our soil, bringing in a lot of manure. We make our own compost, chicken poop, all that. Everything organic goes into the soil, and it's just like a slow process, but the goal is to really produce everything here as much as possible. Obviously, we'll never produce everything, but that's the goal. So do I get withdrawals from coffee? Yes, I do. In fact, I've tried to quit coffee many times, and I've been unable to. So I figure, if I need coffee to do the things I do, I'm going to keep drinking the coffee because it's worth it for me. Do I know the Lord has done these things for me, Mitchell? Yes, I know. I know for a fact he has. I know for a fact he has. I know for a 100% certainty, actually. We have single prints just above. Yeah, it could be a fast move up, guys. It could be a real fast move up. And if we do get a fast move up here, then, the next major area that I would be looking is, let's turn off this channel here. The next major area that I would really be looking for would be the golden pocket, right? And this golden pocket, guys, check it out. Right at the value area high, right at the support resistance flip, and we'd fill all the single prints right into the golden pocket. Boom. That'd be the next major area that I'd be looking to trade. And honestly, I do have to say that things look kind of bullish. So we'll have to wait and see. I've got my short open, prepared to get that thing stopped out at the entry. I've got my long open, got my take profit set. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Pips. What are pips? That's a forex thing. It's like a tick on the chart. So it's like measuring small movements on the forex chart, because like you gotta think, like for forex, right? When we go to let's go to the right Euro USD pair, right? I mean, what would have been like a 5% move on Bitcoin on forex is like a 0.5% move. So like these are like tiny little moves, and so when they're scalping them, they like are divided into pips, and these things here are pips, right? So this would be 31.7 pips right here. I forget exactly what it stands for. We have a bearish div on the 12-minute ETH. What VWAP am I using? Royal Fresh. I am using the Market Cipher SR VWAP, but you can just type in VWAP in TradingView and get a VWAP. So shout out to Metal Iron Fire. Yeah, the Ruth Stout method, man. I do use Ruth Stout method to grow my root vegetables, is what I find it works well for. I personally have not had success growing like beans that way. I've not had success growing tomatoes that way. I've given it a try. I've found that I get a lot of pests, and it could just be because my soil was not nutritious enough. Because it was a new Ruth Stout bed when I tried it, right? I just brought in all the hay and grass clippings and all that stuff that I had from the yard itself, and I got hay from farms and stuff like that. I grew really good garlic, really good potatoes that way. Beets, I grew really nice that way. The tomatoes, they got pests, and the beans, man, they got pests, and and the squash also got the vine borers. And so I've kind of changed the way I do that over time, where now with the squashes, I just plant them in compost with regular old mulch on top, like grass clippings or whatever, which I guess is basically the same thing, but it's more of just your standard not Ruth Stout bed. But yeah, Ruth Stout for sure is I'm still dabbling, and everyone's always growing. When it comes to gardening, right? There's never like, you've never arrived when it comes to gardening, and I'm a noob. I'm a noob in many ways when it comes to it as well. So, well, we've been on for a while, guys. Can you believe that? We've been on now for like 2.5 hours. Yeah, Mr. Lawn Supply, the healthier the plant, the oh, is that true? I thought that the healthier the plant, the fewer pests it attracts. Interesting. My Market Cipher B configuration, Thomas, it's stock, man. I just changed the colors. That's it, man. I simply just changed the colors. So it's the same. There's no difference. It's just the colors. Well, guys, I think I'm going to head out, man. I have to be honest, because it's almost 12. This is awesome, Brad. Praying mantises are amazing. Yeah, I have really been looking into that, and I've had some. Whenever I find some, I put them in my garden. And there's this other thing I've been reading about called the assassin bug. Have you ever heard of the assassin bug? Thank you, Mitchell. If you plant onions around your plants, it keeps the animals and pests away. Yeah, we actually do that. So we plant herbs, we plant lemongrass and garlic and onions around our gardens, and marigolds as well, and mint, and those things do help keep the pests away. Something that's really helped keep animals away from me is bone sauce. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head out, guys, but God bless everyone in the name of the Messiah Jesus, and I pray everyone's super blessed. Thanks for being here. Make sure to like the video, guys, because it does help out the algorithms. All right, and receive this blessing, y'all, in Hebrew. Yevrechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel. And in English, that means, may the Lord bless and protect you. May he shine his light upon you. May he have grace upon you. And may the Lord turn his face towards you and give you completeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. Thank you, guys. Peace.